I keep getting the question about this. This is my honey garlic. And I posted a video on how to put this together and some information about it. Honey garlic is literally that, just honey and garlic. And you want to make sure it is 100% pure honey and just garlic cloves. That's it. So you peel your garlic and you just put the garlic cloves in there once they're peeled. And for the first week, you want to make sure you are flipping it upside down, and then like you flip it upside down. I usually will do it like at nighttime. I'll flip it, and then by morning I'll do what's called burping, where you want to open the lid because it will build up gases and release a lot of gas. That needs to be done every day for a minimum of 1 to 2 weeks. And then after a month of fermenting, which is what this is doing here, it is good to use for a lot of things. So you can eat it right as it is, as you make it, but the best thing to do with honey garlic is to let it sit and ferment for a minimum of 1 month. And what that does is the fermentation process releases more of the garlic into the honey, and it really, that's part of the process of flipping it too, is kind of to mix it as you're going and really move it around so that way your garlic's not just sitting. Your garlic will actually on its own float to the top. Honey is very thick and dense, so it's the heavier portion, and so the garlic will float. I have these as gifts this year. So I have 6 mini ones, and then mine is the big one, and all of them do the same thing. It is okay if it crystallizes a little bit on the top or bottom. That's normal. That's the sugar in the honey. Honey is actually something that does not typically go bad. If you have pure honey, it will not go bad. It will last hundreds of years. So by submerging your garlic into your honey, it's going to last you a long time. It won't go bad. And that's part of the fermentation process. And that's one other reason why you want to flip it, is you want to make sure that your garlic is getting really submerged in that honey and really soaking that up, but also kind of mixing it around. But you do want to make sure you burp these every single day, at least for 2 weeks, or at least a minimum of a week. I would say 2 weeks. I've seen mixed reviews on that. So I'm actually on week, what am I on? I did not put a date on these. I'm on week 3, I think, with this one, and it's not giving as much gas. I did open this little guy here and about shot the lid off, so I didn't burp them yesterday. I think these are about a week behind my big one. So those are about 2 weeks, going on 2 weeks now. So they still need to get released. So what is it good for? Let's get down to the main question I keep getting asked. What is honey garlic good for? It's good for a lot of things. This is a natural remedy for colds and coughs. So if you feel like you are getting a cold, or if you are coming down with a cough, this is something that will soothe your throat. You will see honey is in a lot of medicines now. It will have honey in them, especially the children's medicines, as a natural remedy. And that is because it will actually coat your throat, and it will, the antibodies in the honey and the garlic, it's a double hitter here. So both of those mixed together actually create a stronger antibody. So these will help with cold and flu and cough symptoms. And it also helps with your heart health. So it is good for your heart. So that's just a couple things. As always, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional. Please do your own research. This is just research that I have found. This is my first year doing honey garlic, and I'm pretty excited for it. I am not a honey lover, to be honest. I'm very picky on my honey, but if I'm getting sick, I'm definitely going for this bad boy. You can also use this to cook. So this is actually your wings, chicken wings. You get a honey garlic chicken wing, this is what it is. Although there's probably have some additives, this has none. This is literally a jar of honey, pure 100% honey, and I don't remember how many cloves I have in here, but there was a few garlic going in here. The smaller ones, I think I only peeled 2 total. I think I put 2 in there, and then I ended up adding more honey to my big guy here. So I don't remember how many I have in there, but anywho, you can eat this as is. You can eat a clove of garlic if you're feeling real fresh. And garlic is very, very, very good for you. If you want to eat that straight, you can. If you want to just take a spoonful of honey, that is what will help with your cough and cold. So you'll take just a kitchen tablespoon or so of the honey when you start kind of feeling sick. Okay? And as far as cooking with it, I mean, you can cook with it instantly. You can use the garlic cloves right out of the jar and cook with it before your month of fermentation is even up. You can use either one, just as you normally would. Take honey and bake with it. I would not advise using this for baking because it's got the garlic, but hey, you might want to go that route. I don't tell you how to bake, okay? But this would be good for cooking. I'm just saying, like, usually you take a jar of honey and you put it in your baked goods. That's kind of like this would be for your cooking is, I keep having an itch right here, is just taking it straight out of there, and you can either use the honey as a drizzle on chicken wings. You could cut up the garlic and put it in. A lot of people will put them in with like ham and do like a roasted ham that way, or some kind of crock pot meals. It's really endless what you can do with this liquid gold, okay? It's very good for you, and it has really good antibodies in it between both of them. They each have their own antibodies built in, so it's double the power. So if you're getting real sick, I would advise eating actual part of a clove doused in the honey and get a double hitter that way. So that is the information I have that I have learned about honey garlic and what it's good for. There's more natural remedy type things that honey garlic is good for. I just haven't done that research myself yet to learn about those. The main reason that I am making honey garlic is for coughs this season. So we are in December in Wisconsin. It is cold here. You know, you go to the grocery store and you can pick something up. You go anywhere, you can pick something up. So it's just a really good time to have this. Probably about another week or two, mine will be ready to go. The ones that I'm gifting are for Christmas, and I'll just let them know. It's just my family, so I'll just let them know. Hey, don't use it for a couple weeks if you want it fully fermented. But other than that, it was kind of a last minute decision to add this to their gift baskets. But other than that, they make great gifts. I'm going to take the small jars and put a label on it and put it in the gift baskets. I will say be very careful when you flip them upside down. I recommend that you flip them right side up for a few minutes and let the air kind of come back to the top, because the honey will drip back down into the jar, making it less sticky when you open it. Okay, and the air will make that sugar in the honey crystallize, so it can kind of seal it shut. So every once in a while, I do take a damp paper towel, wipe the rim of the jar and the lid right here, and I'm going to do that before I gift them, of course, and then dry them thoroughly. Make sure it's really dry. You don't want any moisture getting in there. So the water content in honey is actually very, very, very low, and that's why you will not typically see honey mold. So honey lasts for a very, very long time, and typically your garlic on average will last as cloves for a year if they're fresh. These are fresh from my garden. We plant these and grow these every year. We have a harvest in the ground right now. These are the winter hardy, where they grow. You plant them in the fall, and then they're ready in midsummer, I want to say. July, August, somewhere in there, I think, is when we harvest them. We have ours planted down in Ohio in the ground. I do not do these in my greenhouse. They take up a lot of room, but you could grow garlic very easily, and it's very, very easy to grow if you do it outside. I have not tried it in the greenhouse. So if you have grown garlic in a greenhouse, does it turn out? Have you tried that before? Let me know. And if you make honey garlic, what is something you use it for and the reason that you make honey garlic? So, yeah, that's just the main question I keep getting when everybody sees my photos online. I did kind of a video on it before, but it wasn't as in depth of what I use it for. It was more of how to make it and care for it kind of thing. So I hope this helps explain why and what the reasonings behind this honey garlic on my counter is. And you just leave it sit on the counter. You don't want to you want to make sure that it's not somewhere that is super sunny, hot, any of that good stuff. So mine just sits on my counter. Indirect sunlight. I mean, it's not going to hurt it. And I think I'm going to do one more flip on these. So I'll flip them upside down now, and then tomorrow morning I will burp them again. And then I have one going to a gift basket on Sunday, so I will wash that one up and get it labeled. And then the rest will be gone on Christmas Eve for other gift baskets. So I hope this helps, and I hope it answers the questions that I keep getting. Thanks.